What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode. In today's video, we're gonna be completely transforming how the Mini looks. So this thing has been completely neglected, hasn't been detailed in over 2 years, and it looks filthy. So in today's video, we're gonna be bringing this thing back to life, we're gonna make the paint shine, and we're gonna make this Mini look like it's never looked before. Awesome. So first things first, we're gonna start off with foam cannoning the entire vehicle. So this here is gonna hook up to my pressure washer, and I wanna make as much foam as possible so that all of the dirt, all the dust that you guys are seeing on the car right now will literally glide off the paint and cause the least amount of damage as possible. So all of that dust is super sharp, it's super aggressive, and it's not nice on paint. So if we can take that off in a nice, safe way, and we're gonna be basically making it so that the paint isn't gonna look worse before it looks better. So I'm gonna spray the whole vehicle down and then let it sit. So with that first initial rinse down of soap in the foam cannon, what that's gonna do is it's gonna bring as much of the dirt that's on the paint, it's gonna bring it down to the ground, and it's gonna make it so that when we actually contact the paint, we're gonna be working with less dirt on there. If we can reduce the amount of dirt that's on the paint when we contact it, we're gonna be making that cleaning step safer. So I'm gonna let this sit for a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna rinse this down, and then I'm gonna follow it up with another step of doing this foam cannon on the whole car. If the car wasn't sitting for so long, I wouldn't be going through this extent, but because there's a decent amount of stuff on the paint, I wanna get it off safely. So in a couple minutes, we're gonna rinse this whole thing down. After the first pre-rinse, you can see that the paint looks a lot better. Now, this still is not clean. If we touch the paint, we'll still be able to hear and see imperfections that are on here. Ugh. Like, look at the dirt that's coming off. So we're gonna do another pre-rinse to try and remove as much of this as possible. Then afterwards, we're gonna come up and clean the car, spray it down with soap, and then touch it by hand to try and remove as much of that dirt that's adhered to the paint as possible. So in the foam cannon, you guys saw the green soap. That is Dawn dish soap, and that is intentionally used so that I remove as much, wax, dirt, whatever on the paint as possible. I'm now switching to an actual car soap. So this here is a Meguiar's concentrate that I've diluted inside this little foam cannon. I'm gonna be using this on the paint along with my Meguiar's wash mitt. I'm gonna be touching and cleaning the entire car. So I'm gonna start from the top, spray the whole panel down, and then wash it and lead this soap in front of the wash mitt before I go over every panel. So I'm gonna do that until the whole car is clean. Oh. That last part made a huge difference as to how the paint looks. So if you go against the panel like this, you can actually see a consistent pepper white panel, anywhere you go. Before, when you went on like an angle like this, all that you would see is the layer of dust that was over top of the panel. So there's still paint contamination that's found on the panel. So I'm gonna go over the entire thing with a piece of clay bar the entire vehicle. Now the worst parts are the horizontal pieces. So the hood and the roof are gonna be the worst parts that have the most amount of contamination on it, because those are the areas that the dust, dirt, and grime will all just settle onto. So these areas here are gonna be the worst. The sides probably are still going to need to be clayed, but it's not gonna be anywhere near as bad as the horizontal areas. So using this piece of clay, I'm gonna put this in my hand, flatten it out to make a patty, and then using some sort of quick detailer or cleaner, I'm gonna use this, rub it over the panel, and then spray my liquid or lubrication on the area so that I can rub this and clean off any of the paint contamination. So see how it's pretty much blue? You can see a little bit of dirt, but what I'm gonna show you is gonna be disgusting. So watch this. Look at the grime that's coming off. Ugh. So the piece of clay is picking up a lot of dirt, but you can see that most of the dirt is actually suspended in the lubrication that I have here. So I'm gonna repeat this over the entire vehicle and show you what it looks like afterwards. So you guys see this white microfiber towel? Check this out. All of that black that you guys are seeing there is dirt and paint contamination that's coming off of the paint. So after spending about a good hour and a half claying the entire painted surface of the car, you can see that the car is actually the pepper white color that it's supposed to be. And you can see the black is contrasting it really nice. There's a reflection out of the paint. I haven't seen that in a long time. I am so pumped on how this car looks. So there's definitely going to be some other things coming to this Mini in the future, like aesthetically. But as for the actual paint and detail, it looks so much better. Now, one thing to note about light colored cars is that when you clean them, they look terrific, but they do hide scratches very well. Take a look at the scratches that are still in the paint. So this doesn't look anywhere near as bad with the light off, but it still means that this needs to be detailed, polished, and then paint corrected. So with that all being said, there's multiple different options you can go. You can go the expensive route or you can go the cheaper route. So taking a look at the hood, I polished up both sides. Now they're both looking a lot better than before, and the shine out of them looks so much better. So you can see there's an actual reflection out of this. Now this right side that you guys are seeing here is what was polished using this polisher from ShineMaster. So this guy here costs about $90. It uses a 5-inch backing plate, which means you can use a 5-inch detailing pad like this along with a polish. Now this is the one that I was using here. It's a Meguiar's M105. On this left side here, I was using a different tool. I was using this Roops dual action LHR 21ES polisher. This is the Mark II. This one here retails for $440. So there's a big price difference between both machines. But honestly, after spending a little bit of time detailing the car, you can't really tell the difference after you're done polishing it. So this side here did take me a little bit longer to buff out the imperfections. I'll get the light up here so you guys can see. Paint looks a lot better. Now, if you compare this side here to the other side, this side here might look a little bit better. I spent less time detailing the left side here versus this one. But if you spend this like a couple more minutes, not even anything crazy, you'll be able to get the exact same results as the passenger side, which is crazy to think that this one here costs a mere fifth of what the Roops costs. So I'm using the same polisher, the same pad, and I'm getting pretty much identical results. The only difference is time. If you guys were thinking about buying a polisher, you guys would be absolutely crazy to buy a Roops when you can get amazing results with a cheaper one like this. So even after everything's all said and done, hood looks great. I'm gonna have to pull up the tape because underneath the tape is the raw, unpolished paint. And it doesn't exactly look good. So check this out. So this here is the Roops side, looking good. See those scratches there? That's the hood. That's how it used to be. And then this here is after this has been detailed using the ShineMaster. So there's a huge difference between these. If you guys are looking at getting one of these tools, again, you'd be crazy to buy the Roops. Now, the one thing that I cannot really talk about is the longevity of this tool. But at the same time, even if this tool, let's say, does break in a year or so, you can buy 4 more of these things and still be ahead of buying the Roops. So, your call. If you guys are detailing all the time, the Roops might be your choice to go. But if you guys aren't doing that every single day, this guy here is an absolute no-brainer. But if you guys repeat the same procedure and you polish out your entire car, you can make it look absolutely unbelievable. A couple hours later and a lot of work into the car, my shoulders hurt, car's looking great, and I gotta say, I'm really happy with how this has turned out. So I've put a little bit of tire shine on the wheels, paint's all looking nice, it's all polished up. This Mini has definitely come a long way. I haven't seen it this clean in a super long time. So I'm excited to drive this thing, actually see this on the road with nice reflections and not be completely embarrassed by how bad it looked. So I'm going to be doing a couple changes in the near future. I want to see if I can change out the roof color to be gloss black, change some other things in the car like the chrome, maybe put a little lip on the front, side skirts, diffuser, maybe wing if I get to it. But for the meantime, this looks so much better than how it did. What do you guys think? Now that the Mini is looking this good, it means we need to drive it. So I have another 130 kilometers to break in the engine. Then I need to do another oil change, inspect the engine, make sure that there's no metal particulates that are found inside the engine oil, but that's all to come. There's so much stuff that I have still in mind for this thing, even after we've done so much work to the car. If you guys want to find any products that we use today in this video or tools, you guys can find that information in the description box. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, make sure you guys do. It's at milanmastracci. It takes 2 seconds. I'll have a link in the description box for it. Anyways, if you have any further questions, comment section is down there. You know what to do. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.